Hello, my friend. Welcome again to Stack Dollar. I'm your host, RJ, and today we are going to have a special action. Now, for those who are new, just in case, or you don't have the background, the 4M formula or M4 formula, however you want to call it, don't want any trademark, breach problem here, right? So there are 4 M's we are trying to work on, which will help us save thousands of dollars. I'll show you how as we go along in this journey, as well as there are ways to save money and then invest that money and then multiply that money. So first we need to measure it because if you cannot measure, you cannot manage. Then we'll manage it. We'll put it in the right place, where to spend more, where to spend less, where to invest more, things like that. And then watch the magic to multiply that. Now, how does it happen? Obviously, it's a very simple thing. A lot of people get a little bit taken aback, like, oh, this is too much of work. I need to, bring in all this financial, this. I would say this is one time exercise, but once you do it, you will be set for life. And I mean it. When you spend some time, working on managing certain things, then it will be getting much more clear path as you move forward in your life. So having said that, let's jump on because you guys already know, I hope, all these four things. If you are not familiar with these four items, and especially the mindset, as I have been telling you in the previous videos, that without the right mindset, it's not going to be easy. So first and foremost, that's why I spent more time on setting up the mindset. You need to have it ingrained in your mind, in your brain, that this is what I am going to do. It will help my family. It will help my community, whatever your goal is. Try to figure out that. And then I hope you also wrote that commitment letter we looked at last time, that I am committed to do certain things. So having that commitment in place, if not, please do so. Just a very quickly, quick letter, just write it down that I am committed to do certain goal you have to set up, and then that goal should be helpful to others, not just for yourself. Don't be so self-centered, I would say, because that will not take you long. All right, having said that, let's jump on to the actual item thing. So what I was trying to show you is, let me just bring up this slide. So obviously we have, the measure thing we already talked about, but what does measure mean? If you think, and I found this, although it's a little older article, it's on Business Insider. It says 61% of US adults don't keep track of their money. Now, this is in the personal finance blog, and I'm sure there was a recent article I also saw, which is almost close to this number, somewhere between 55 to 60%. I couldn't find it, so I just used this one. But the message is simple but clear, that a lot of people don't keep track of their finances. Now, is it simple? Absolutely. Is it easy? May not be. And I will show you how we can make it easier. It definitely doesn't need to be a rocket science thing. And I'll show you in a minute all the next categories and all that we'll do. But the point I'm trying to make is that even though this is a little bit of a task for you, the big impact is lying ahead of this. So I think it is worth spending time. It is like planting a seed, and then we have to wait and watch, right? But first we have to dig it. We have to make our hands dirty a little bit. All that thing will happen, but once that is done, you will have great fruit when the tree grows. So that similar concept, you can say, that will be here as well. So now, why not to track expenses? So a lot of people did some survey, as we saw, 60% people don't like to do it. So why they don't like to do it? Well, some said, it's not important, which is very surprising. That means definitely their finances are not that great. It is difficult. Well, that, as I said, we will make it a little easier how to handle it. Then it is not no easy tools available, some people say. I guess tool wise, I would make it very simple. I'm a big proponent of making it simple, KISS principle, right? So all you need is pen and paper, to be very, very simple way, or at the most Google spreadsheet, Google worksheet they call it, which is free. So nobody should have a complaint. Everybody is on. I mean, if you are watching this, you should have access to computer, right? and then or Excel spreadsheet. And there are tons of templates available free of charge again. So there shouldn't be any question about no tools available. So that's one. Now we can make a little more use of that tool and make it a little better insights point of view, things like that. We'll discuss later. But right now, all we are trying to do is we want to measure where the money is coming from, where the money is going to. That's it. The last point that a lot of people don't do it is they don't have discipline. Unfortunately, this is where that mindset comes. I mean, it is as the saying says, right? You can take a horse to the water, to the pond, but you cannot make him drink. So we will show you, we will discuss here all of these different ways to do this. But if you really don't do it, then nobody can help you. So I hope you are ready to dive into this, and I'll keep it quick and simple, as I said. So all we need is list out, and I'll put the complete list, very, very simple. I want to keep it simple. So I don't want any Excel, nothing. A complete list of these items in the description. You can just copy paste, put it in Word document, in a simple notepad, whatever works for you, and just put the numbers against it. That's it to start with. Now, it is good if you can start in an Excel, and I'm going to provide a template also later. But I'm just saying that don't be intimidated by I don't have the right tool. Okay. So now under income. So first let's gather what are our sources. Where are we getting money from into our account? So obviously it would be your salary, or if you are on a wages, make it gross wage. Don't deduct, don't use the paycheck, because that would have deducted the taxes and all. We will do that later as a separate line item. But for now, just do this gross number. So let's say you are earning, I'm just making up $1,000 as the total amount per month. I'm not per month, per week, let's say 5,000 per month. Let's do it. 5,000 per month minus there will be some taxes and other things. So your actual take home would be, I don't know, maybe 3,700, 4,000, something like that, right? 30% might be gone. There are various types of taxes, and we'll see where the money is going, because we need to identify where these taxes are charged and can we even reduce those taxes. So there are ways that will be our step 2, which is the managing that. But first we need to know where it is coming, where it is going. Simple. So your compensation gross, your take home, after deductions. Then if there is any interest charge, interest rate, interest you are getting from the bank or some investment you might have somewhere, they do provide the interest amount every month, every quarter. So average it out if it is quarterly. Then there are some dividends. You might have some stocks. You might have some. Don't include your 401k or any such retirement thing, because this is the money. It is like in your hand. You should be able to access it. Maybe you are able to use it. That kind of thing. So that is your income. So dividends. If you might have some side business, some side hustle, or maybe a full business, whatever that is. If there is an income from there, some partnership you might have, things like that. For those in the other half of the age, I would say, any retirement account, income, social security income, things like that. So put everything that is possible in this list. Now, I might have missed something, just add that, nothing special about it, right? Then let's go to the expenses. Now, I have made different categories so that it's easier to categorize, because we need to know, and eventually we'll see like how much, what percentage we should allocate to certain type of expenses. So in this case, we will have, definitely all of us would have utilities, there will be housing, and there will be food and groceries. Under utilities, most of these are, I have covered: gas, water, electricity, trash collection, sewer, internet, cable, satellite TV, mobile phone. If anything is missed, again, please update, add it. If nothing applies, just remove it. But it's a simple thing. Same thing for housing. Obviously, the biggest one will be your rent or mortgage. Then will come a property tax. Now, this property tax is only for the housing part. I'm not talking about that general federal tax, for example, that you saw in the you see on the paycheck. So this is just property tax, which is paid typically along with the mortgage, and the bank should be providing you the breakdown of how much, what is the portion that goes against mortgage, and certain things are, they call escrow account. You might be paying yourself to the county or the property tax, then it is fine, whichever it is, but note it down. Then there will be renters insurance or homeowners insurance, that will be their home maintenance. There will be some budget, or at least we have to make some provision for that. But if you already did something, just make it. HOA fees might be applicable for some. Food, grocery side, whatever your general groceries are, make a general list. Like estimate is fine. You don't have to be picking out every receipt from ShopRite and whatnot and say, oh, I spent $5.41 there and $10.91 there. Don't worry about that kind of nitty gritty. Just general idea, $100, $50, $200, whatever works out your estimate. But keep an eye that you don't miss a big gap. Like you say 200 and you are spending really 500, then that will be a problem. But 200 versus 225 may be okay in a large scheme of expense. If you do have an option, I would say start capturing at least every time you go to the grocery shopping. Make a note, quickly. Okay, we spent $10 today, $15 there, $12 tomorrow. Simple. And that way, at least you will have a better idea. Then, of course, you might be dining out once in a while or every weekend or something like that. Coffee shops, your lattes and mochas, snacks in case you do visit somewhere. Things like small things, but if you think there's a significant amount, just capture it. Then there is more transportation, health and wellness, personal care. I don't want to go through each and every one like read out because obviously it is on the screen and I'm going to put it in the description. But very high level, at least you should know that transportation obviously it will cover the car related things, the payment, the insurance, the gasoline, the maintenance, things like that, parking, tolls. Health wellness is more very important. Health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, this will be part of our deduction typically in your paycheck you will see, but you might be paying separately. Whatever it is, prescription medication, over-the-counter medication, gym, doctor visit, specialist, any such requirement for health and wellness. And then personal care, your salon visits, skin care products, personal hygiene products, cosmetics, makeup. So clothing, entertainment, education. You might have kids, so there might be some tuition, some school supplies, things like that. Entertainment, your movie tickets, concerts, things like that. So your hobbies. Basically, the idea is these. I have created complete as many categories I could think of. We have captured all these lists together. Uh, and most of it, then there are some financial obligations. This is important because if you have any loans, then because those payments are important, so you need to capture it. Maybe student loan is there, maybe some personal loans are there, business loans might be there. Anything that you are responsible for and you are paying for it. Credit card payments, savings contributions, investment, retirement fund contribution, all the contributions. Like you might have something. If not, we'll set it up later in our journey here. I'll help you select which one is the right one or better one. By the way, I am not a financial advisor. Let me put that disclaimer first and foremost. This is only for information purpose only. I'm not responsible for anything, any investment, profit or loss. It's all yours. But I think it's a good way to capture and discuss these things. So that's all I'm trying to do here. Then any other insurance you might have, life insurance, disability, pet insurance, uh, child care, daycare, babysitters, tuition, things like that. Go through this list. I highly recommend you read it, understand it. If there is something missing, please add it, but try to capture it so that we have everything listed. And that's why I was telling you upfront that you might think, oh, this is too many things. So for example, pets related, anything miscellaneous. And then at the end, I put tax deduction. Like all these many slides and these many categories, you might say, oh man, this is too many things here. How will I get it? Start small. As the Chinese proverb says, right? The journey of 1,000 miles start with that one step. That's what we are doing here, guys. So, so select these category if you know something. Oh, by the way, capture this by on a monthly basis. I forgot to mention that. But all these expenses you want to be captured at a month level only. Then we'll project it for a year and an overall strategy when we go to the manage step. We'll discuss about it. But for now, capture it at a month. If your paycheck is let's say weekly or bi-weekly, then convert into a month like a 4 weeks type thing. Okay. So yeah, these are the categories, and as you can see that there is a lot that we can include or cover. Certain things you might say, well, this is not a regular thing like stationery. Like you may not be buying it every month, but every quarter or every 3 months, 6 months. That's fine. Just average it out for the month and put that estimate here. Sometimes you may not have the details. Like, oh, I did something 3 months ago. I don't have receipt. I don't remember how much it was. Put some estimate. But don't miss it, because if you do, then you won't have a trigger like, oh, I missed that $50 here and $500 there. It could be anything, right? So try to capture it as much as possible. That's the point. All right. And then now here's I mean, this whole thing was an action step, but as you know that we always end our discussion with some action steps. We are not here just to talk over, it's not a coffee chat that we are sitting and oh, this is nice, very good list. Thank you so much, and be done with it. I highly, highly encourage you to use this list. Sit down, maybe with you, if you have a spouse, a significant other, with that person, and go through whatever it is, like spare 1 hour, 2 hour over the weekend. Maybe you have to do it over 2 or 3 weekends together to capture certain things. But this will get you in the mode of, okay, where is my money going? I mean, there are people I have seen, they are very, very meticulous about every penny where it is spent. I am not that guy. I'll admit. I don't want to, you know, capture every penny that I'm spending, because that will drive me crazy. I don't have enough time to do that. But as long as I know where the money is going in general and how much, that will help. Now, the spreadsheet I'm going to put a little later, and I'll add the link for, will also have some percentage calculation added. So if you say, okay, let's say take home is 5,000, and we are putting 1,000 for housing, let's say, then immediately it will calculate, okay, it is 20%. So it will give us an idea, because in the manage section, when we go, we are going to allocate certain percentages for different types of expenses, the categories we saw. So we'll allocate, okay, how much percentage should go where. And then we didn't talk about any special allocation right now. This is just to know currently what's happening. After that, we'll try managing it, like, is this too high? Should we control it? Is this too low? Should we increase it? Things like that. So that's where we'll come into the next step. But for now, review your bills, review your credit card statements, review your bank statements, go through each entry and capture it and categorize it and say, okay, this is what it looks. I mean, banks nowadays, credit cards, you will be able to download all the entries in Excel. So use that directly in Excel, just categorize them and find the total. If you know how to sum up by category, that will be great. You can create a pivot table. By the way, I'm an IT guy, as you can see. So I'm just mentioning it, and it's very easy. You can find some videos. If you need any help, I'll be able to help you out. But that's about it. So basically, as step number one, we need to capture all the details of the plus and minus sections of overall picture at a month level. So I hope you will do that, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.